This is from Miss Moore, which I'm very proud to say that despite everything, my favorite film of yours was Hannibal. You were, I really loved it, and that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
All right, just a comment, no question.
Thank you.
All right, we're going over to the right over here. Yes, sir.
Hi, hello. Hi, my name is Paul. This question is for Chloe. I'm a big fan since Kick-Ass and you being Hit Girl. My question is, how has your previous experience prepared you for this role you're taking in Carrie, and what were the new things you've learned as an actress being Carrie?
It's interesting, I was talking to Kim around the end of the movie, and we were talking about the transformation that's happened from the moment that I auditioned for this role to the moment of the end of this movie, because there's a moment during filming where because like in the beginning during the audition process, she was like, okay, well, let's see if she can be older, because I'm only 15 playing like 17, 18. She was like, well, let's see if you can play older and you can, embody that character. And then in the middle of the movie, Kim looked at me and she said, I need you to be younger. And I went, but the whole problem was that I wasn't old enough. I was like, what do you mean? And then,
Because she transformed.
Exactly, and it was this huge learning experience for me, because I went from this actress who had never been given the chance to fully go there. And then I worked with people like Julie and Kim who allowed me to go there. It actually facilitated that immensely, to the point of where now it's like hard for me to look at another character and be like, oh my God, I want that back. I want that challenge. I want that everyday learning curve, And yeah, I mean, it's nothing can prepare you for that. It's just learning. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Did the subject matter give you any flashbacks to your time in Amityville Horror?
Oh my God, my first movie I ever did. It did actually. It did. Not quite as scary though.
All right. Well, let's move over here to the left. Yes.
Hi. My question is for Chloe. As audience members, we've seen you in a lot of edgy roles over the years, and I was just wondering if that's what you prefer to do, or if you'd rather be like a bubbly girl next door type of actress someday.
Well, honestly, my main thing is wanting to be someone I'm a happy girl, and I have a really good family, and my mom loves me, and I have a very supportive family and everything, and I have immense love from all my family, and I like playing characters that aren't me and that actually challenge me, because it's not as fun to just play yourself every day, because you already do. So yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of my movies do fall into the darker genre, but that's just because I guess it's things that I am more gravitated to, and it's roles that I like doing more and that actually challenge me and make me happy. And that's pretty much, yeah, I don't exactly look for a genre and go, I want that one. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, center aisle.
Hi, Kim. So glad that a female director is taking on a blockbuster. We need more of that. Also, just curious, how did bullying as a modern social issue inform your adaptation of the book?
Well, like I said, I'm very character and story driven. So I fell in love with Carrie, right, who she was and what she was going through and all these relationships, and really wanted to bring that to life and saw the fun in that. The idea of bullying, I mean, certainly there is a wider awareness of bullying since there was in the time that, De Palma made his movie and in the time that Stephen King wrote his book. So, I certainly think that in some of the scenes there's an awareness by the teachers in the school, that these phenomena happen and they have to be more aware of it. I can't give away plot details, but we have a whole really fun, dangerous through line of something that one of the girls does with some social media that builds and builds and builds until it climaxes at the end. And that's just a representation of the modern world, of what people are going through. I think, perhaps what's been happening, in our culture only makes the story more relevant. But, you go to the movies to fall in love with a character and to be taken on a journey. So I think, hopefully, to be a good director is to be aware of all that stuff, but to let the audience, fall into the story.
Thank you.
Yeah, great question, man. Yes, right over here.
Hi, I was just curious exactly how involved Stephen King was with this production, if at all.
Yeah.
Stephen King, generally, as a rule, I think takes a hands-off process with the filmmakers and the people making the film in the day, but we plan on showing them the film. We're very excited. As I said, I think the thing that is special about this film is that Kim has harkened back to the book, as have Julianne and Chloe. So I think he'll be quite pleased and surprised.
Thank you.
All right, back over here.
Hello, this question is for anybody that's really up there.
All right.
That's everybody.
Do you have any tips for a young filmmaker who's trying to make a movie?
That's what filmmakers tend to do, yeah.
You know, my thing is just really, really find a character that you're absolutely wildly passionate about and a story that you absolutely love and get as inside of it as you can. You know, in addition to all your passion, like know your craft. Because, you know, I look at these two, you know, look at this guy and everybody. If you're going to do any good work, you know, in our business, you have to have the great passion, but you have to know what you're doing. So
that was a great question, man, because if you don't know, ask, right? Like, great question.
And don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Thank you.
Thanks, I just heard that.
Yes, right here, center aisle.
Hi, I was also wondering about the idea of bullying and how that informed your movie. And I guess for me, I always wonder about the balance between portraying the bullied as sort of perfect, or in a movie like this, and obviously I haven't seen yours, the bullied is somebody who goes off the deep end. And so how you kind of work with that. And I was also wondering if Julie had any favorite teachers that she might think about.
Hi, John.
Hi, Julie.
How are you? John's a teacher at my kid's school at Friends. Do you know what? I don't know if any of you have read Stephen King's book on writing. But it's a wonderful book and really just talks about how he started writing and what he thinks about writing. And in it, he talks about the germination of the Carrie story. And he remembered two girls that he went to school with. And both were incredibly isolated, one by their parents' religious beliefs and then one by poverty. And he talked about the repercussions of that, how isolated they were in school, how it continued into their adult lives. And sadly, neither one of them lived very long. But he took this really kind of big, important idea about social marginalization and put it in Carrie as an entertainment. And so, you know, as Kim was saying, we're not making a polemic here. You know, we're making a movie, an entertaining movie really about adolescence and power and growing up and mother-daughter relationships. But in it, we're reflecting something that does happen in society and happens in schools. And like you said, I think very accurately, John, these people are flawed. And that's really important. You're seeing a very flawed mother. You're seeing students, high school students who are confused and conflicted. You see a girl, you know, Sue Snell, who tries to do better and oddly ends up making everything worse. But I think that one of the great things about Stephen King and about this story is that it allows us to participate in many different ways and sort of reflect on it rather than actually come up with an answer.
But you bring up a really great thing, which is when you're developing a character, no, you don't want the person who's going to get, say, hurt in the beginning, Carrie, to be perfect and to be all innocent. I mean, she has to be complicated, so you're engaged. But also, you know, like Julianne said, it's like, well, the mother has her flaws, but also Sue Snell makes the wrong decision. And then Chris, the girl who's perpetrating it, you actually have to find the other side of her, which is where's her vulnerability, where's her innocence, and why does she keep doing it? That was one of the biggest questions that we looked at from the beginning, and we're like, how does this girl who starts throwing tampons graduate, right, to killing a pig and dumping pig's blood? And the only way you can keep the character active is if she has a whole other side to her. So they all need to be dimensional. And then you're pulled into the story, and that's more what life is like anyway, you know?
Well, it's what we have to find with the kids in schools, too. You can't see a, quote, bully as somebody who's completely evil.
No, exactly.
No, and they might be, but that's pretty rare. But right, you want to see, no, there are kids.
There's usually a reason for it.
Yeah, but you want to be, and also you want to go on the journey and see why it keeps escalating. Otherwise, the movie kind of stops.
Are you guys as freaked out as like we basically just had a parent-teacher conference?
That's right. Comic-Con brings you everything.
That was great. Thanks a lot. Give her a good grade. All right. Right over here. Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hi, this question is for Chloe. I saw in an interview that you made the dress for Carrie in the movie, and I wanted to know if you added certain details to the dress that actually reflect the character that you put in Chloe.
I made a dress, but I'm nowhere near the amazing costume designers that actually constructed the dress.
She can barely sew.
I can wear
Wait, didn't you make a bag? Yeah, she made a tote bag.
I made a tote. I made a tote. Yeah.
A tote.
I'm not a seamstress.
The carry line.
No, I did make some dress though.
I hope you come back next year for Kick-Ass 2.
Thank you.
I have 3 questions.
Pushing your luck already. They're taking you down.
Okay, one question. For everyone specifically, about how much blood do you think, how many liters of blood do you think you used during production?
He wants an exact number.
Yeah.
Not exact, though.
No, that's actually when you're trying to get a job, I think, at an investment firm, they ask you questions like that. My friends in Harvard have said that. Well, let's say if it was 5 gallons per bucket, we did at least 50 tests. That's 250. We were doing, and then we were bloodying you up. I'm going to go with 1,000 gallons.
Of fake blood. Let's call it 1,000 gallons.
1,000.
Okay.
You want more?
No.
All right, thanks. All right, last question right here. Yes.
Hey guys, I was just wondering. You kind of talked about this already, but do you feel any pressure to recreate, like while recreating the script and the characters, like reimagining it? Do you feel any pressure to stray away from the original stories, or like how everyone's going to react to it?
I mean, I'll talk for myself. I didn't feel any pressure, I think, because I genuinely, only did the project because I fell so deeply in love with the story and just thought it was infectious, fun, terrifying, and great, and just thought I would do it in a way that, with, a great team that was really a blast. So I respect the original, but I didn't feel any pressure. I mean, I feel pressure just to live up to doing a good story, and that's always challenging. It's just in
Well,
general.
by the looks, it looks really good, so I think it's gonna create its own part in the series,
Well, I remember when I was at the first read-through, and I'm going to give a shout out to Ansel, our Tommy who's out there. Where is he? Anyway, right there. So, and I saw Ansel and Chloe reading the scene at the scene at the prom, and Chloe's 15, Ansel's 18, and it was so exciting to see and so different, and it really kind of took me away. And I was a huge fan of the original movie, but I thought, wow, it's just great to see it reimagined too.
All right, thank you.
It's an important thing to know is that, remember, the story is really about teenagers to some degree. So we talk a lot about the original movie, and there's a great nostalgic audience for it, but it's depicting the life and times of these kids who are experiencing it, and hopefully it'll be a metaphor for what kids are going through today. And I think that broadens the audience for everybody and makes it a richer experience that speaks to 2012, 2013, and isn't just a nostalgia trip. So you sort of have a little bit of everything in this movie.
Well, guys, I want to thank you, but before we go, Chloe, I understand that there's some sort of special way for people to get in touch with the White family. I don't know why they want to do that, but I understand there's something going on here. What's that all about?
Yeah. There's a number that you guys can call, and it's to Carrie's house. And depending on who you call, at what time, you either get Julianne, Margaret, or Carrie. It's just do it. It's fun.
Yeah.
See the phone numbers up on the screen.
Call
Write
it.
down.
Call it.
It's
Do
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Do it.
It's scary.